Yo, what is up? What is up, guys? Hope everyone is doing good. I hope everyone's having a fantastic night. I am not, just to let you guys know, I'm not feeling too well. If you saw my community post the other day, I am sicker than a dog. So if I blow my nose or anything like that, this is why. So just letting everybody know that it has been a great week. At least I'm sick this week. At least I'm not sick next week. And there's a lot to discuss today. We haven't really talked since the Eagles won the NFC Championship game. Okay. Um, the shit that we're hearing this week, obviously, like the shit that Cam Newton said the other day, that the NFC, the Eagles had the easy road to the NFC Championship, or they had the really the strong road to the Super Bowl. Um, it's fucking bullshit, man. By the way, this stream is sponsored by BetUS. Make sure you go check them out. Um, I'm sorry, but this team is way too locked in. I'm sorry, but there is like AJ Brown was on Jay Rondo's stream and talked about, no more shits and giggles with this shit. Cause realistically, like the media will make a bigger thing out of this game. Like there's 3 media days next week. 3 media days next week where they have to literally do these press conferences for stupid questions for like 3-4 hours a day and trying to make the game bigger than what it is. The Eagles are taking this as another game. Jordan Mailata says that there's a little bit more flavor into this game. There is a revenge factor going into this game. I'm sorry, but like this is where I'm at right now. I don't think they could stop Saquon Barkley. I think even watching the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, I thought the Bills did a pretty good job running on them. And this is a team that's had what 9, 10, one possession wins this year. I don't think they're as good as they say they are. I think this team, I mean, the only issue I'm going to have, and I think that's why a lot of people think that the ratings are going to be very low on this Super Bowl because a lot of the world wants KC to lose this game. They're tired of fucking Taylor Swift. I'm tired of the fucking Kelseys. Just in general, I'm just fucking tired of it. Like Jason's like, I care, I want my brother to, I wish my brother well and want him to, in spirit, sure, I get it. But bro, this is the guy that beat you in a fucking Super Bowl. There was an Amazon fucking movie about you that you guys made and how upset you were over it. And at the end of the day, it's like, bro, the Eagles are back in it, and yet, like, he's like still supporting his fucking brother, which I get it. It's his family. I get it, but this is our fucking time now. This is our fucking time now. This is it. You know what I mean? All bets are fucking off now. The only way this team's gonna get respect, this quarterback's gonna he might not, Hurts might not get respect after this Super Bowl, to be honest with you. It might never fucking happen, bro. But all we care about is getting this fucking win and doing our thing. And that's it. You know what I mean? Um, so the Eagles had the easy road, and obviously I had no issue with this team going on the road and facing the Detroit Lions. Simple as that. Washington fans, I'm kind of over it. They're salty right now. It's been quiet as quiet can fucking be. 55 fucking points. That was one of the most comfortable fucking games I've ever been through. Okay, one of the most comfortable fucking games I've ever fucking been through. What did we tell them? We told them that if this fucking shit runs through Philadelphia, they ain't surviving. They didn't fucking survive. And they looked like they were just happy to fucking be there. That's the difference between that team and this fucking team. That team that has no fucking experience and this team that just had 2 years ago having the experience of being in a fucking Super Bowl, being in an NFC Championship game, okay? This team is always at the VIP table. This team is always, since Nick has been here, this team has always been at the VIP, since Nick has been here, and obviously Jalen Hurts has been here, besides his first year, this team has always been at the VIP table. We're used to this fucking success, and we expect more from this team. So it is what it is. Like, I think there's a lot of good things that are happening this week, and obviously there's some things that we have to discuss that Obviously Kellen Moore leaving, and it looks pretty promising since Mike McCarthy backed out of coaching this year because I think he was definitely in the running for the Saints job. He never interviewed, but he was definitely in the running for it. So he backed out. And Kellen Moore now, is leading the pack now with 3 interviews with an in-person interview he just had in Philadelphia. The Saints front office traveled to Philadelphia Monday. They had their meeting Monday night, and pretty much it went into like Tuesday fucking evening. You know what I mean? Um, there's some. I mean, it's slim pickings right now when it comes to OCs. So Bobby Slowick is probably going to be the best one out there. Whether it's Frank Reich, whether it's Kevin Patullo, they want to up. I wouldn't promote anybody from within. That's the one thing that we should never fucking do. So there's some opportunities, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But let's say everybody in the chat. I want to get that off my chest. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing good. We got Hardcore Sports. What's going on, man? He says, hey, Joey, what's up? It's AK. Hope all's like, yo, what's going on, man? It's been a while, dude. It's been a while, man. I hope you're doing well. Pat says, hey, Joey. Hey, Chad. What's going on, man? We got Mark says, hey, Joey, well, we're going to the Super Bowl, and I like our chances. I really do, too. I'm not even fucking obviously, I'll be nervous on game day, but, I'm not afraid of that fucking team, dude. From 22 to 24, bro, the Eagles have a badass defense. They have a fucking 2,000-yard rusher that nobody could fucking stop. They have linebackers. They have corners. We have everything that we need going into this game. This team needed that bye week so badly. We needed this bye week like, fuck, man, like beyond. Like we were hopping literally on the offensive line in that Washington game. We were hopping on one fucking leg with Land Dickerson. And apparently Juergens was fine. They use a lot of precaution with players like Quinyon Mitchell when he got hurt in the Rams game. He could have played in that game, the rest of the game, and they held him out. Juergens had a little back injury, but he could have played the whole entire game, but they held him out. You know what I mean? So this bye week was very, very fucking important. Very important. Holster, what's going on, man? So what up, Joey? What's going on, man? Terrence said, what up, Joey? What's going on, dude? Beastcar says, Joey, I'm predicting a blowout, I swear. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's really tough to as long as the Eagles don't sway away from how they, use what you're doing now. Use what you got to the playoffs in the Super Bowl. Don't be conservative. Don't do anything fucking different. You know what I mean? And once you start doing that, bro, you start losing football games, especially the biggest fucking game. Apparently, Nick already had apparently, from when Nick's press conference on Monday or Tuesday, he said most of the game plan for KC is pretty much done. You know what I mean? I don't think I think Saquon Barkley's a big fucking factor here. I don't think their cornerbacks can hold on with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I don't think they can handle it, honestly. I honestly don't. I don't think they can handle our offense. You know what I mean? Pat says we aren't screwing around at this time. All business. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. We got fucked last game, okay? We know what happened 2 years ago. Whether we want to blame the fucking field conditions because they were god fucking horrible, okay? I think we all know this, okay? We had a defensive coordinator that wasn't even focused on that fucking game because he was literally behind the scenes talking to the Arizona Cardinals. It's just funny how the team we faced KC in Arizona and fucking Jonathan Gannon went to Arizona as the head coach. Now we're going to New Orleans and Kellen Moore's going to be the head coach in New Orleans. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Jay says, I'm not going to lie. When I saw the Super Bowl jerseys for my stomach just go flamed up in excitement, like ready to go. I don't know about y'all guys. No, I'm pumped, dude. I'm fucking pumped. Robert, what's going on? He says, what up, Joey? I agree. The Chiefs aren't impressive. And yet, like, all that's surrounding this Super Bowl is their fucking three-peat. That is it. There's nothing. I think 3/4 of the world really wants the Eagles to beat this fucking team because everybody hates the Chiefs. Everybody hates the fucking Chiefs. What happened the last time? The Eagles have faced a dynasty twice, lost the first time, won the second time in 2017. And this could be another one of those games. But I'm telling you right now, bro, if we go into this game, I don't know what this referee bullshit's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen in this game, but I'm telling you right now, like I just got a feeling we're gonna be facing a lot of adversity in this game because of these fucking referees. I'm telling you right now, they better earn their fucking touchdowns against our defense because I'm telling you right now, the only way they're getting down the field is if they're fucking getting penalties and they're literally getting dragged down the field pretty much. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. We got a super chat. Thank you so much, man, from Beast Card 24. Thank you so much. He says the first time against the Chiefs, I was worried because our secondary was suspect and it showed, but I don't think they could fuck with the squad at all on offense or defense. They don't know what's coming. No, I don't think they do, bro. You have a legit fucking defense now. Look at the difference Cooper DeJean has made after Avonte Maggs was out at the inside corner spot. Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, you got two fucking rookies right now that are literally going to be like way ahead of their careers just by being in a game like this, their rookie year, being mentored by Graham and Slay and some of these other guys that have been here, dude. You have a defense and you barely had a run game in 22. You had no fucking run game. Well, you had like 30-something yards combined with all the running backs. We didn't run the ball well, and obviously we had the Jalen Hurts fumble, the scoop and score, and the Eagles passed a lot more in 22. The Eagles they passed a lot more in 22. The Eagles ran a lot more in 24 this year, and you have a defense that could get fucking turnovers. I've never seen a defense that was so fucking violent, getting after trying to knock the fucking football out. I mean, it's been amazing to fucking see this year. Been amazing to see this year. Fan-fucking-tastic. Appreciate that super chat, man, so much. Bryce McDuffie is good, but that's on the back end. Oh, McDuffie's a great player. He's a great player. Mark said if they're able to keep the majority of the key players, we should get to the again and soon. Yeah, no, I mean, look, I mean, they can stack the fucking box. I mean, you can't double AJ. You can't double. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna fucking do. I don't know what they're gonna do. He says the Chieferese. Bryce said, yeah, the ref's Sally, but we have a good record with the crew, but still, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, that doesn't matter, bro. You know what I mean? Obviously, like, if the Eagles are blowing them out, they're going to help KC in some fucking aspect of the game. Simple as that. Sorry. I am very sick, so you guys know. We got a super chat from Bloody Shot HVACR. What's going on, man? He says, my birthday, February 13th. All I want is Super Bowl, go Birds. Well, happy birthday, bro. And I hope you get your wish, man. I hope that helps. My girlfriend's birthday is February 9th. Saquon Barkley's birthday is February 9th. The Cooper DeJean's birthday is February 9th. And if you add Cooper DeJean's birthday, they're both their ages together. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. You add both of their birthdays together, it's 59, bro. Super Bowl 59. It's crazy. Vince Papali also. That's cool. Appreciate that super chat, man, and definitely enjoy your birthday, bro. And hopefully, this is one of the biggest gifts you get. Browns, I don't know why he's taking the job, but there's no one else to take it, and it's law. They can't hire him till after Super Bowl. It's a failure to not have a coach for Senior Bowl. So, can you not? I think we've seen coordinators get hired before a Super Bowl, haven't we? Ken James's Craigel's crying the victory loss mean. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I don't know what's wrong with Ken. Ken is in everybody's chats. Ken is like that dude that just, I don't know. He must be depressed with his life and needs to do something with himself because he's in everybody's chats. I'm like just saying the same shit. Probably has a notepad on his computer and he copies and pastes things that he says. Bunch of losers. Murray said, yo, Joey, some people still understand Vic faced Mahomes a lot when he was in Denver, coach, but the problem was he didn't have a defense like this. He didn't have an offense to go head-to-head, and that's 100% true. 100% true. we were wondering why Miami players didn't want to fucking play for him. We were really questioning that. This team from last year going to this year really needed some tough fucking love. They needed an asshole fucking coach. And I don't know if he's that asshole type coach, but obviously he's doing something right. I don't think he's a soft coach at all. I would like to see how he coaches behind the scenes, like how Fangio actually coaches, because that would be the fucking greatest thing to see. We needed that. We really we really needed that like direction. And obviously you lost a lot of big personalities. You didn't have Chauncey Gardner Johnson last year. You know what I mean? There was no, if Chauncey played with us last year, there would have been a little bit of fight back. Like this team just they couldn't tackle. They switched coordinators middle of the season, you know? So it's kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy. Jay says, what the fuck is this little ass X Worthy going to do when he goes up against Coop and Quinion? D Hop, please. He's done nothing. Slay will shut down Hollywood easy. Yeah, dude. Like, they got a lot of speed. I mean, they got a lot of speed, obviously, but I think the pressure's gonna definitely get there. The pressure should get there. Just remember in that 22 Super Bowl, like, you didn't have half of these young players. Excuse me. You didn't have half of these fucking players. You had these young players that you had the last couple years. You know what I mean? I think the defensive line is better. I think the rotation's a lot better. Brandon Graham was at practice today, which was great. He wasn't just warming up with the team. He actually was in like doing, some pass rush fucking drills today, which that's a really good sign, man. I know everybody's kind of worried like Graham's coming back, and I'm glad he's practicing this week. Like, you know what I mean? That's great. Practicing this week is perfect for him. He'll have this week to practice, next week a couple days to practice, so he'll at least get himself ready, prepared, and man, I mean, I don't know what the rotation is going to look like. I mean, Nolan Smith needs to have a lot of fucking snaps. Okay, um, I've been really happy. I've been really happy with Moro Ojomo. He's been fucking great. I think Moro Ojomo could be Milton's replacement. To be honest with you, um, I honestly think that 100%. He's been really good. I mean, there was like I think there was 3 consecutive pass rushes that Moro Jomo did really good. And for a 7th round pick that, came out of college against the run really good, kind of flashed in kind of flashed in the pass rush. So, yeah, some good things. Let's see here. John says they're the offense KC may double team Carter, meaning that leaves one on one with either Milton or Jordan Davis. Well, they could double both of them, honestly. They could double both of them. That's why sometimes the Eagles go into a 5-man front and put Bond on the line and get more of a pass rush because we've seen a lot of games where Jordan Davis and Carter get doubled because our edge rushers aren't getting much pressure. See, like if the edge rushers aren't doing anything, they'll double both of them easy because they're saying, let's just double them, screw it, because Nolan Smith or Josh Sweat's not getting the pass rush they're trying to get. You know what I mean? So they need to try to figure out ways to get Carter into these one-on-ones, which you'll do some stunts. And hopefully some of these stunts do work. They've been doing it in the past. It's been working. But freeing him up is really the key. But now having Brandon Graham could change things dramatically. Because if Graham is like, the problem is like Graham's missed 10 weeks of football. He's missed like 10 weeks. So over these next couple weeks, um, you know, we'll speed him up a little bit and we'll be all right. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Elliot has got to enjoy Super Bowl week, bro. It is, man. It's a bye week this week. We have time to relax, kind of celebrate that we're in it, and then once next week comes, dude, it's game time, bro. Really, with that defensive line, like all you're looking for, like realistically, is getting an apex predator on the fucking edge. Like Nolan Smith won't be enough. Graham looks like he's retiring. They're definitely not paying. I'm already saying this now. They're not paying Josh Sweat, and Graham is definitely fucking retiring. 100% retiring. So You get there's a few there's a few guys that are pretty damn good in this draft that I've been looking at. And we'll go over that another day, but I feel pretty damn good. You find someone on the edge. I'm telling you, bro. It's Carter is gonna hit Carter sack. Even his sack numbers for the year, like they weren't flashy, but man, pressures being disruptive. It's only helping somebody else out. You know what I mean? Beast Guard says, Joey, they did a report earlier and showed how Howie crushed the last 3 drafts. We have 12 players in the first 3 rounds contributing. Howie is 12 for 12. Yeah, dude. It's fucking insane, dude. It's insane. And you know what? Like, you could draft, like, great players, but you got the main issue of our team has been coaching and having consistent coaches in the building. That's been really the biggest problem, man. It's been the biggest problem. When Fangio got here, I really wasn't a fan at all. I really wasn't because number one, I hated this fucking scheme. But he didn't play bend don't break the whole entire game. Gannon was just a bend don't break. Let your defensive line eat. We put so much compensation to our defensive line for years. We never really paid attention to the secondary. Whether you get obviously Slay has been one of the best corners we've signed, free agent wise or trade wise. Sorry, because we did trade for him. And thanks to the Lions, they put him in a good position, and they respected his decision to go somewhere where he could succeed, and he has succeeded here. Um, these other free agent corners we signed in the past, man, they have not worked out. But then they drafted 2 guys. You drafted 2 fucking guys in the first, second rounds. Cooper DeJean's a first round talent. I don't care what anybody's gonna tell you because the draft went the draft went 15 offensive players in a row. And the Eagles literally jumped in front of Green Bay so easily and got Cooper DeJean. It was fucking insane. It was insane. Elias says, man, Lane retiring would be a killer. He says he has a couple years left, but I don't know. After winning another Super Bowl, he could call it quits. Potentially, man. Potentially. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll be a big stinger. Obviously, it'll be a big hit. But at the end of the day, Mekhi Becton has 100% needs to be re-signed, regardless. Becton moves to right tackle, and if they feel comfortable with Tyler Steen playing right guard or that guy from Michigan, one or the other, I always forget his fucking name. But that guy from Michigan, potentially, I think it'll be pretty good. So there's options. When it comes to Jeff Stoutland, he knows where to find talent. He finds talent pretty good. Yeah, Trevor Keegan. Thank you, Ethan. So I think Mekhi Becton. I can't imagine him wanting to sign somewhere else. Like this guy is like found his home. Like this guy has found his fucking home. 25 years old. Sorry, my fucking phone alarm. 25 years old, bro. It's insane. Yo, Matt, what's going on, man? He says BG returning would be awesome, but I don't expect to play the way he was before injured. Still could play really good, but don't expect to be like it. Well, dude, to be honest with you, he could play the same way. Potentially. I don't think he's going to have a shit ton of reps in this game, but if they need him and he's on fire and he's playing well, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say, don't expect him to play well, but, they have to see. He hasn't played in 10 weeks. He's practicing now. He's getting the physicality, full pad. He's getting his physicality up. He's getting his body back into shape again. So we'll see how it is. We'll see how it is, Johnson's Pat. Jackson needs to put on muscle. Jackson is a cross between J.J. Watt and Joey Bosa, more athletic. Pat says Lakin Vakalahi is the kid's name. He plays guard and tackle, doesn't he? That was the international signing we had last year. Jane says, how satisfied can you be if Lane gets a second ring? I wouldn't either, man. I honestly wouldn't. If he retired, I wouldn't be mad. I get it, dude. I get it. Because at the end of the day, when these guys get a ring, depending on how old you are, if you're 28, it's different. 29, you're in your middle 30s almost, and you finally get to this game, you could win it, and then. It's if they feel fulfilled with what they've done and they don't need to do more, I don't blame them for retiring if that's going to be the case. Lane Johnson, we never have to talk about him because we never have to talk about him, period, at all. You don't have to talk about a player during the game. It's a good fucking sign. You don't have to worry about that position ever. and Lane has been locked down on that side. You know, so see how it goes. Brett says Fred Johnson leaving and Austin Guy Malata will be back up. Yeah, so Fred Johnson is a free agent too. Yeah, Fred Johnson will be a free agent. I wonder if they'll bring him back. I think he's played pretty good. Obviously, when he took over for Malata, I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. How many next man up fucking things that we do this year, bro? Like they shit on this fucking quarterback, and every time they talk about this quarterback, it's always about the fucking passing. It's not yard. It's not per attempt. It's not. I mean, it's nothing but fucking passing stats. It's like it's all it is. It's all it is. The Eagles literally had Tyler Steen play for Becton this year. I mean, Mulatto was gone. Fred Johnson took over for a couple games. The Eagles didn't have A.G. Brown for a few weeks. The Eagles didn't have Devontae Smith for a couple weeks, and they're still winning fucking games. Like, next man up, dude. Look what they're doing. Look what they're fucking doing. You know, like, it's just fucking insane, dude. They can run. They can do whatever the fuck they want to beat you. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They can pass. They can run. Blake says, Joey, what's up, dude? I'm really relaxed to enjoy this weekend before the big game. Yeah, same here, man. What's going on, Dave? Hope you're doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm sicker than a dog, but I'm doing all right. Other than that. Kenny said, need Chauncey Gardner or Blankenship to lay a hit on Worthy, and Kelsey put a fear in them across the middle of the going up for a pass. Yeah, and Kelsey really didn't do much. I mean, he had 2 catches for 19 yards last game. Like, he really was a non-factor fucking last week. Really, the only players I'm worried about offensively for the Chiefs is obviously I'm not even afraid of the run game at all with fucking Pacheco and that other fucking guy. I'm not even really worried about the run. And Kareem Hunt, I don't fucking care. Like, both of them, I can care less. Xavier Worthy, Kelsey, and fucking Mahomes are really the only 3 I'm really even like thinking about. Simple as that. Don says, it's possible Lane retires, but I don't think he will. He has a lot of good football left in him. Well, it depends how he feels. Depends how fulfilled he feels. You know, some guys get that ring and they're just like, yeah, I'm done. Like, they just feel like they don't want to start out. They don't want to go through another off season, especially at his age. I don't blame him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad about it, honestly. Wardray says, we will see on Lane. He said 2 more years or so, but he gets a ring this year. That might be it. Potentially. Potentially, bro. You know? Let's see. Man, let's see. Let's see. John Jones said another D tackle would be a great addition. I don't know if Milton Williams is coming back. Just thinking Jackson from Arkansas and Kelly Green and defensive tackle Nolan on this defense lookout. I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. Free agency is really going to be the key. Like, once we get through free agency, we'll see like what it looks like they're going to be doing. You know, you guys got to realize something. Like, when March comes, like, the Eagles don't need a lot of pieces. They really don't. Like, don't expect any big fucking shit happening. Like, most of our free agency is going to be re-signs. Okay, potentially down the road, Nakobe Dean's going to be cheaper. Jordan Davis is going to be cheaper probably after this year, 100%. Which is a good thing. Which is a really good thing. I mean, you obviously don't wish injury upon people because obviously the injury puts value down on a player. You know what I mean? So potentially, things could be, definitely change. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Brandon Howard said, we ain't ready to lose Lane. Lane hasn't been hinting at retirement. No, he hasn't. He definitely hasn't. Pat said, I wouldn't expect Lakin and Vocalari to be ready anytime soon. Keegan is likely if the guys are now. Well, I mean, look, Jordan Mailata took him like 3 years to fucking start. It took him like 3 years to fucking be a starter. Didn't you know what I mean? These international signings, the guys that either never played football or whatever the case may be. Mulata didn't start until his like third fucking year. You know what I mean? So those guys always need extra time. David Deary is tired of the hate on Jalen Hurts. He wins. I've been comparing him to Michael Jordan. Dude figured out how to win long time ago. When the game is on the line, he does what the team needs to win. Yeah, because Jalen Hurts has been through so much adversity in his college fucking career. A lot through his college career. He's had his ups and downs, his highs and lows. A lot of quarterbacks in his position in college probably would have fucking folded. 100%. And that's the fucking truth. Yeah, Sidney Brown is gonna they have to do something with Sidney Brown. The problem with Sidney Brown is he's fucking reckless with his tackling, bro. He needs to be more technical in tackling. His tackling is just fucking I love the physicality aspect. Like he plays safety, like he runs downhill as a safety like he's on fucking kickoff. And he can't be like that all the time. Guy's just waiting for another fucking concussion at the end of the day. Rogers now, if Slay retires, Aaron Rodgers will be number 2. I think DeJean can play outside, but he's too good at hitting, leave him on wide receivers and out of the plays. So you think Isaiah Rodgers gets re-signed? Interesting. Fucking interesting. I don't know what they're. I honestly don't know. Honestly, as a number 2, Rodgers really ain't that bad. I mean, everybody was going at me because everyone's like, oh, I don't think Keely Ringo's ready yet. I think he should be in a nice competition next year, but I don't think he's ready yet, dude. I don't think he's got a lot of value on special teams, but I don't think he's ready. Rodgers, obviously if Rodgers gets signed, he's definitely the number 2, no doubt. It's 100%. He's definitely the number 2. You know what I mean? So, you figure out what you're going to do there. How much money is he going to get? I honestly don't know. It says Rodgers too small. We need Ringo size cornerback. Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be Ringo next year. Yeah, he plays way too stiff. He does still. He does. But he hasn't played enough. You know what I mean? He hasn't played enough. He needs he needs an entire fucking offseason next year in camp and Young boy, what's going on, man? He says, yo, Joey, what's the biggest concern keeping Jalen contained on the blitz? And do you think Kellen Nick would adjust quick enough to keep us dialed in? It's look, if he's getting blitzed and they're coming in on third down, like kind of Washington, some of these third downs are getting. I think we need to relax because Dickerson was at center. There were some blocking assignments that were just weird. They didn't pick up the blitz at times in that game. We were literally hopping on one leg on the offensive line in that game. The adjustment is going to be the short passing game, bro. Simple as that. They see Jalen Hurts dropping back a lot. I mean, there were some different plays they actually did against Washington. The fucking toss crack, the one to Saquon on the first play. Like there was the end around to Dallas Goedert. Like there were some plays I've never even seen. You know what I mean? So it was nice that they came out with some different things in that game, which was awesome. You know what I mean? But the short passing game is where it's at, bro. It's where it's at. Jalen Hurts gets the ball and just throws it to AJ with, 2-3 yards of space on the sideline and then kind of gets the ball, sets his feet, and then goes upfield around the fucking defender. Like, I think that's perfect. Short passing game is where it's at, dude. Brad Howard says, Ringo better than Isaiah Rodgers. He was handsy early, but he's been great every time we saw him this year. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've seen him enough. I mean, Fangio has liked Isaiah Rodgers more than Ringo. Fangio, behind Slay and obviously Quinyon Mitchell right now, he's been the next guy up over Ringo. He said that a couple weeks ago. So, we've seen Ringo in the game here and there. We've seen it. We've seen Slay come out of games every game. You know what I mean? So obviously when both guys went out, when Quinyon went out and then Slay was out for a few plays, both of Isaiah Rodgers and Ringo played for a little bit. But, I think you need another offseason. Matt says, even though Smitty showed up on the injury report with a hamstring, I believe he'll be okay. Yeah, he's been dealing with that all year, bro. He's been dealing with a hamstring all fucking year. So he's got plenty of time. So I'm not worried about that. This is why Dickerson they rested a lot of guys. They rested Saquon. They rested a lot of the other guys today. They rested a lot of guys today. It's literally fucking Thursday going into Friday now as we're talking right now. So they're still all, you know what I mean? They're leaving Sunday to go to New Orleans. Their farewell is Sunday, and then that's it. They'll practice for a few days. They'll have some media days, and that's pretty much it. You know? Elias, sometimes you just need to give the young guys a chance to give them reps. No, I get it, but you need an off-season program too. You know what I mean? I would throw in Isaiah Rodgers more than Ringo. Right now, I would throw in Isaiah Rodgers in a heartbeat over Ringo. In a heartbeat. No doubt. Brandon says Ringo's still on a rookie deal and Rodgers ain't going to sign cheap. Well, I don't think you know that, and I don't know that either. We don't know. It just depends. We don't know anything. We don't know shit because half of us didn't think that A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith were going to get fucking extensions. Okay? Let's be real here. Okay? You want to save some fucking money, bro? Okay? Dallas Goedert's $11 million against the cap next year. I don't know what you're going to do. You can restructure him and save like $4 or $5 million next year, whatever it is. I think Dallas Goedert needs to be restructured. He's got what, 2 more years left or 1 more? I think he's got 1 more year left on his deal. I think. I'm not sure. So we'll see what it is, but we don't know. I mean, Mekhi Becton's not going to get paid much for 1 fucking year. He ain't going to get paid much. What is he going to get paid from 1 year? Not much. Isaiah Rodgers, we'll see how it goes. He ain't gonna have. I don't think it's gonna be a big contract like everyone thinks it's gonna be. He's come in as He's come in as value, but he hasn't started all year either. He's come in when he's had to, you know. Warriors says Rodgers got banned for gambling and then hasn't shown enough teams to offer crazy money. I think we can get Rodgers. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be much, bro. I agree with Warriors Rage. Like, I don't think it's gonna be much. Yeah, he was a year off. You can't do, like, if you didn't do anything the year before, especially him, he was sitting on his ass the whole entire fucking year. The Eagles were the only team to sign him, which he gets disrespect. He gives disrespect to all the other teams that didn't fucking sign him while he was on the gambling situation. They probably thought he was going down a bad path and didn't even want to bother. The Eagles were the only team interested in signing Isaiah Rodgers. He's a legit starting cornerback. He's got a special teams pedigree at kick return. You know what I mean? Yeah, Bryce Huff. I don't even know. Bryce Huff, I don't even fucking know I don't even know what to do, bro, with him. Did he still have a club? Is he still playing with a club, guys? Did he play with a club on in the Washington game? Like, can he even grab people with both fucking hands? I mean, he actually had a couple good pressures in the game. Like, I'm seeing flashes of like what he could do. It's just that at $17 million a year, bro, I don't know. He was doing good post-bye week, but is it enough? Oh, he had both hands? Okay. So he should get better, though. He should get better. Like, when he came back from the wrist surgery and he has a fucking club, I'm like, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? I don't think Fangio liked that signing. I don't think Fangio was a fan of that signing whatsoever at all. I don't think he even liked it. Because remember, like, he got signed. He showed up to training camp. And I remember Fangio's first press conference in training camp, somebody asked him, can Bryce Huff be a 3-down edge rusher? He said, he's not there yet. And it's like, bro, like, now I already know that Howie did that signing all on his own. He did that signing all on his fucking own. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Elias says, I like Calcaterra, but the guy needs to work on his blocking. No, no. Calcaterra is never going to be a number 1 tight end. As a backup, great. But as a number 1, he'll never be that. He'll never be that. Like, even when Luvu got through for that free fucking sack the second time on Hurts, Like, Calcaterra is back there looking to pick up a blitz. He doesn't even like really wait. He goes to the right side. He's blocking somebody that's already blocked. Like, he's got to wait a little bit longer because one guy wasn't accounted for. But his blocking's been hasn't been great. No. No, they don't go tight end in the first round. Wow, Joey, Bryce Huff has 2.5 sacks this year, more than I expected. I don't think that's impressive at all, but that's just me. Yeah, I am sick. I am. That's why I didn't stream last night. That's why I literally like I fell asleep. I took medicine and I fucking passed out, and like I felt like total garbage. Like I literally was supposed to take a nap before the stream last night, and I am sick. So I am. Chris says Howie never had the problem with signing who he wants. He restructures contracts. He'll give a lot of upfront money. No, because he's very good at moving money around. He's very good at that. I'm not worried about cap or anything like that. I'm not worried about any of that. But this is something we have to get used to now because now you're actually producing young players from the draft, and like now there's more mouths you have to feed now. You know what I mean? So realistically, like I think you're gonna lose Graham, you're gonna lose Sweat, you're gonna lose Milton, you're gonna lose Kenneth Gainwell, and I think your high priorities are Becton, Rodgers, maybe. And obviously, Zach Bond is the number one signing. You have no choice. You have no choice but to sign him to big money. However, that contract is going to look, we might be fucking surprised. It might be a lot cheaper than expected. You never know. But with Nakobe Dean now Nakobe Dean's not even playing next year. Maybe at the end of the year, he won't even make it he won't even make it till the end of the year next year. He'll be out till fucking October with this patellar tendon injury now. That's a serious knee injury. That's not like, I don't even know if I'd take an ACL or a fucking Achilles over that. That's a bad injury, bro. But let's see here. Michael Williams, defensive end, Georgia. Looked at him. Yeah, he's really good. Pat said he should be back mid-November as the earliest. Yeah, I mean, I know. But then when he comes back, he's not going to be in shape. He's not going to be, you know what I mean? He's rehabbing. He's not training. He's rehabbing. You know what I mean? So it's going to take him another 3-4 weeks on field just to like see where he's at. We're hoping he becomes the same player when he comes back. You're hoping the fucking God he does. Because that patellar tendon shit's no fucking joke. Bond's nickname in the locker room is Bald Eagle. Oh my God. That's funny, bro. That's fucking hilarious. Donald, I was expecting 8 to 10 sacks from Huff, and I still wasn't happy about getting him and losing Reddick. Yeah, well, you know what? At the end of the day, dude, I don't even care about the Reddick thing anymore because realistically, like, of course I don't care as much now because at the time, like, you're going to a year where at least if Nolan Smith showed you something last year, but you blame the coaching staff more than Nolan Smith. It's not really on Nolan, it's on the coaching staff. Because how they treated him last year, they barely even played him. Then when they did, they were on their downfall, and the defense was a fucking joke. We couldn't even get a pass rush because obviously we couldn't tackle. Everything was open 5 to 8 fucking yards before you even make a tackle on somebody. Reddick gave the Eagles an issue 100%. Okay. Reddick was going to be a holdout regardless, and that's what the Eagles were going to deal with, and they fucking ripped off the Band-Aid, and they just got rid of him. Simple as that. I wouldn't bring Reddick back. No. I want to see what money he gets. I want to see if he's actually going to get his 20-plus fucking million he wants, but he didn't do shit this year. So I don't think he's going to get what he wants. He has fucking, does he have a sack? 2 sacks for the season? He played 8 games this year. That's it. 8. Like nothing. What's going on, Times? What up, Joey? Absolutely disgusting. All I'm worried about is the refs. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm worried about is the refs and the NFL gifting their golden boy another Super Bowl. I mean, like Pat Mahomes, bro, like the fucking example of that. Remember, like when the Bills beat them in the regular season, and like they met middle of the field. Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes met middle of the field, and Josh Allen was like, "Oh, good game, hope you do well the rest of the season, the rest of the year." And Patrick's like, "Oh, that fucking call was just so." I'm like, that guy is such a bitch, bro. Like we got to shut them up. Like we really got to shut them up. He says we've gotten past this on Reg. Nolan Smith and Bond helped us forget about him. It's like an ex-girlfriend. Yeah, because he was a closer for this team. Like he was a closer. Like it's fourth down. There's a minute and a half left. Like the last play. Like who are you gonna really depend on to make a play? It was always Hassan Red because he was one of the best closers we had in a game. You know what I mean? But I ate my words this year. Like I didn't know if sorry, but like I couldn't. Nolan Smith had 2 sacks in preseason. I like he didn't show me much. He had 2 fucking unblocked fucking sacks, which how much I'm going to take into account. Nakobe Dean got fucking embarrassed. He got embarrassed in the fucking, in the open practice. Kenneth Gainwell running fucking wheel routes, getting burnt like in coverage. But before the season started, I said this defense is going to take time. Once Cooper DeJean came in his 4th, 5th week, then things really started to pan out. And after that bye week, forget it. It all started to fucking really come to gel together, realistically. Yeah, Nolan Smith, baby, most playoff sacks in franchise history, Mark. Yeah. It's fucking insane, dude. It's insane. There's got 236 in the chat, guys. Want to say thank you very much for joining up today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the stream. Much love to everybody. Next week, we're going to be doing call-ins. We're going to be doing some call-ins next week. I want to hear from you guys how you feel going into this game and everything like that. So this stream is sponsored by BetUS. So I appreciate it so much. Definitely go check them out if you guys have it. Appreciate it. Elias, he's constantly complaining to the refs the entire game. On the sidelines, he doesn't stop. If anything, that is what causes the refs to make those decisions. No, I don't want any fucking. Bro, if there's Eagle fans that want Micah Parsons, please leave. Seriously. Like, who the fuck wants that embarrassment? Who wants to deal with that all year? I thought Slay was fucking bad. That guy is worse off the field. That guy is the worst off the field. The fucking worst. If Pat says we aren't trading for Garrett, got to use those picks. If they lose Sweat and Graham after this season, potentially I would sign a veteran and I would double dip in the fucking draft. Meaning I would sign I would trade for a veteran. If they're able to trade for a veteran without giving up a first round pick, fucking that'd be great. If they're able to do that and then go in the first round, get another edge rusher, I think they'd be set. They'd be good to go. I think that wouldn't be too bad, honestly. Hubble Services, you never know who will be available in the draft. I wanted both Q and DeJean last year, but I thought there was no way in hell. Yeah, and the reason why, we didn't think that was going to happen because, the draft took a big turn and always does. 15 offensive players, 14 or 15 in a row, 15 picks of straight offensive players were taken off the board. DeJean should have been a first-round pick. You literally got 2 first-round talents. 2. How did the Eagles get Jalen Carter? I have no fucking idea. You know why? Literally, the Eagles got Jalen Carter because of all the offseason bullshit that he went through. All the stupid stuff that he did in the offseason. I think that definitely turn teams away. Definitely did. 100%. I thought he was going to go to Seattle at 6. Never happened. I mean, I was shocked. Right into our fucking hands. We traded with Chicago. Chicago we went up one spot from 10 to 9. Trade with Chicago. They didn't fucking care. Chris said, we're losing Sweat, Milton, Slay, and Graham. We need to draft an edge and D-tackle first 2 picks, especially if we don't trade for Garrett. Yeah, that wouldn't potentially. They're going to have to go offensive line as well, too. You know? Offensive line is going to be important going forward. You know what I mean? You're pretty good contract-wise on that offensive line. It comes down to, I know Juergens has 1 more year left on his deal. He's got 1 more year, so they're going to have to lock him up. You know what I mean? Jalen Carter's going to have to get locked up in a couple years. Jalen Carter's going to get he's in the franchise for he's here for life. He's here for life. You know, it all starts with him up front. You know what I mean? Mark said there's a reason why Reddick played for 3 teams and 4 years. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't think he's I really, honestly, like, if anybody's mad at Reddick for leaving, I honestly don't blame him. Okay? It's not $15 million for what he's done. It's, you know what I mean, 3 or 4 10+ sack seasons. He's the 3rd player to do that in history. Like, nobody could do that shit. Like, nobody could do that. You know what I mean? It's really tough for, it's really tough. $15 million in 1 year, it's, obviously to us, it's a lot of money, but it's really nothing. You know what I mean? That's nothing. So I didn't really blame, like, Reddick. Like, the end of the day, it's like the Eagles weren't putting over 20 minutes. Why do you think they let Javon Hargrave went? Like, Javon Hargrave went, you know what I mean? They weren't paying him the money they were fucking going to pay him, Like, they let guys go like that. They do that, and they got a plan behind it. They let go of fucking Javon Hargrave. They fucking signed, they signed 2 DTs in the first round for 2 seasons, 2 years, 2 drafts. Brad says Philadelphia needs a YouTube channel dedicated to teaching the cap. Yeah, I mean, for me, like, dude, like, I get confused. I read what I read, and, like, I read reports on what we have, and that's pretty much it. Because the cap will go up $10 to $20 million, and you got to think of it. And when you have a cap number, you got to think, okay, $10 million of that goes towards the fucking draft, pretty much, if you add it right. Chris says, Brand, we have the best GM when it comes to the cap. Never worry about the cap space, bro. John says, who's blocking Jalen Carter from the Chiefs? I don't know, but they're probably gonna double his ass or trap his ass or try to do something. I don't think that team can run on our defense at all. I mean, I'm not worried about Pacheco. I'm not worried about fucking Pacheco or fucking Kareem Hunt. It's not even worried about that. We know Pacheco's a hard runner, and Kareem Hunt's he's just like a physical back that gets, tough short yardage. Other than that, that's like it. You know what I mean? That's it. Is my nose fucking red? It is. My nose is totally fucking red. I've been blowing my nose like a motherfucker. You know what I love? Chest rub is my favorite. It's like a drug for me when I'm sick. It's my favorite shit. I love that shit. It's like, gives me some extra, like, adrenaline. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, though. Marcus says, how do you feel about seeing Wentz on the sideline next weekend? That's kind of freaky. No way we'd lose with him in the building. I don't even fucking care. I don't care. The last time I cared about Carson Wentz was when we had a 2nd round conditional pick that turned to a 1st rounder. All right, is that what it was? He played a certain amount of snaps. We got a 1st round pick. That was the only time I really actually cared. Yeah, I don't use nasal spray because it's really bad. The nasal spray I don't use because it's actually really bad. It's actually, people get high off of that stuff, actually. It's weird. Like, I know people actually got high off of that. Like, I mean, not people that I associate with, just people in general. It's weird. People are weird. Ryan says there's actually a lot of free agent defensive ends next year. Might be some better options. That guy from the Giants is actually pretty fucking good too. That guy with the weird name, Obala. I don't even know what his name is. Who's the guy for the Giants? That's enough. There is actually some good defensive ends next year. I forgot. There's two that I really liked. I forgot the other guy. I forgot the other guy. John says, "Hey Joe, would you draft a cornerback or safety?" Like I said, it depends what they do in free agency. Like to fast forward to the draft right now makes no sense because go through free agency for a few weeks and you see what happens. You know what I mean? Drafting a cornerback early, drafting a safety early. I think safety they're fine. Safety they're fine. They have Chauncey, they have Reed Blankenship, City Brown's back there obviously, and they have the number 3 is give me his name, guys. The guy that's really bad in coverage, but he tackles actually not too bad. That's the difference between him and Sidney Brown. The difference between him and Sidney Brown is Sidney Brown can cover, but he can't fucking tackle. Like, technically can't tackle great. God, what fucking names, dude? No, it's not. Tristan McCollum. Here you go. Yeah. I mean, and he likes McCollum more for the tackling aspect, but for coverage, McCollum is horrible. Horrible. So I think safety's fine. I'm not worried about safety. Yeah, Lewis Sign is going to be interesting, bro. I mean, he's a former first-round pick. Can they make him into a star? I don't know. You know what I mean? So he has an opportunity to compete. He was more of a next year type signing. So it'd be nice to see what he does. Yeah, Ajuari. I can't say his fucking name. That's the guy from the Giants. That's probably gonna get paid. The problem is it's hard for me now. It's like they gotta do something with Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff is like 12 million. If they cut him post June, he'll be like 12 million in dead. Which I'm not even. I don't even care about the dead money, to be honest with you. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the Eagles got rid of Carson Wentz and fucking had like 35 in dead money with him. Like I think second to highest, like ever, like dead money wise. Like when they got rid of Alshon Jeffrey, dead money, Malik Jackson, like those were big signings that turned into fucking nothing. Now, obviously, when Alshon Jeffrey got signed, like he actually got signed after the Super Bowl, 4 years fully guaranteed, and he was fucking literally crawling to the fucking field every day. Couldn't stay healthy for one day. You know? Maurice says, "Yo, Joey, can Kansas City's defensive front handle their offensive line?" Yeah, I mean, look, I think a big test. I think Chris Jones will be a big test for whether he switches sides or he's where Jurgens is. Mekhi Becton. But I think you could run on this team. I think this is gonna be a big fucking Saquon. I think Saquon is not the wild card. Saquon is like the ace in this game. That's gonna. I'm telling you, like it's gonna get fucking crazy. It's gonna get crazy. I don't think they can handle it. Honestly, I don't. I'm not worried about their defensive line. I'm very positive going into this fucking Super Bowl, bro. The only way we lose this game, we are shoot ourselves in the foot, or they stray away from the things that we've done, and they look different, or they're you know what I mean? Like that's the one thing I don't want. I don't want us to look vanilla. Just when Hurts made the statement like, "Oh, I got out of my straitjacket," like I hope to fucking God this guy's not getting held back from doing other things because either we pass a lot or either we run a lot, and that's perfectly fine. I think that Washington game was the most balanced game, and not even just that. Offensively, the distribution was beautiful in that game. They got everybody besides Jahan Dotson. That move I have to fucking question till this day. Okay, I got to question that fucking move. But realistically, they got everybody involved. Everybody. There wasn't focusing on one guy. They weren't. I mean, yeah. Looked pretty fucking good, honestly. Oh, he said, "What up, Joey? Let's go, Birds. We are going to beat the hell out of this team. Won't be a one possession. Oh no, not against this team. It won't. I'm telling you, bro. Like the shit that I've been hearing from these players this past week, it's like there's a different mindset, and obviously telling the rookies, like, look, like this is a team we lost against a couple years ago. There's unfinished fucking business. Okay, remember Jalen Hurts with the screensaver of him walking with the Kansas City confetti going on his head. I mean, it's fucking serious, bro. It's serious beyond. Jason, I think the jacket was a reference of the knee brace that made. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know what it was. Like I thought that was just weird. You know what I mean? I thought that was just a weird statement when I heard it. I was like, oh. But if it meant for that, then I guess it makes sense. If it was that. Tommy's like, I ever see the refs calling holding on a breakout Saquon run? Refs, please just let the guy eat. Yeah, I know. It's just funny how that remember that big pass on fucking fourth down from Josh Allen to Kincaid, and like the flag was already on the fucking ground the entire time. Oh, there's a flag on the ground. They had the flag down on the ground the whole time, just in case he fucking caught it, just in case he caught it. And then they picked it up. It was literally a flag that was on the ground, and like nobody noticed it until they talked about it, and then it just got silently picked up off the fucking ground. Just weird, man. Just weird shit. The world is fucking sick of it. It's just fucking sick of it. Yeah, I agree. The white gloves need to be worn. I agree. Brad said, if we can get a great tight end in the draft, cut Goddard. Really tough decision. Believe me, we save $8 million cap. We could potentially trade for someone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they'll trade. I mean, if they're able to trade him, I mean, we would have to get like a third. I think you got to get a third rounder for him. I don't know. He's missed a lot of fucking time, unfortunately. But a third round pick would be good. But if you trade him, then you need something. You need to draft. Then realistically, like I don't think you have to go first round for a tight end. Second round for a tight end is fine. But that's what you'll have to do if Goddard gets moved, then they really have. Then that's going to be like an early pick, no doubt. D-Voice of T says if the Eagles win the Super Bowl and Saquon gets Super Bowl MVP, he could be in the Philadelphia Eagles Ring of Honor in 1 year. Bro, honestly, like I think, in my opinion, and I wasn't alive in the fucking 70s or 80s watching Montgomery and some of these other guys fucking run the football. But I'll say this, like, this is probably one of the biggest fucking signings in Eagles history. Probably one of the biggest fucking signings that we've ever had. I mean, he shattered the fucking record book. I mean, this is one fucking year, bro. It's just insane. We got Nicholas in the chat. What's going on, man? With the super chat. Says, keep up the streams, Joey. Love the content. You and 500 are awesome. How do you feel about Shipley stepping up as our number 2 this year and moving forward to bring another body next season? I'm honestly, if it was me, I actually really like Shipley because not only did we see him in the receiving game in the offseason, like the preseason games, him as a receiving back is dangerous, bro. Is really fucking dangerous. Obviously, he had his best game against Washington. He ran for what, 4 for fucking 90 something, what was it, 70 something yards, something like that. I mean, I think there's a lot of talent there. I think he'd be a nice dual threat. He's a legit, really, I think a nice dual threat back. And honestly, like, it's weird because, like, when he gets the ball, dude, he runs in such a straight line. Like, I never see him jump cut or do any of that shit. And he just physically abuses people with the ball in his hands, pushing piles. I mean, he did that in that last game. I would try to add a number, like I would try to keep him as a number 2 behind Barkley, but to be honest with you, if they were to add a third back, I would get a bruiser. honestly. I'd get somebody. I'd get a bruiser in the back end that they could bring up if that's the case. So I don't know what their plan is. I mean, Kenny G, obviously they're not signing. I mean, any running back that's as long as Saquon's in the building right now, no other running back's getting paid until he's gone, or even getting somewhat of an extension, unless it's like really fucking cheap. You know what I mean? And I don't think you put money into that position. Honestly, I don't think you put any money into that position. You know, appreciate that super chat, man. Good question, by the way. Good question. Running backs, just because we have Saquon doesn't mean we don't care about what's behind him because it obviously fucking matters. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let's see. Warriors Ray says Goddard is getting old, but we don't usually move off of a tight end until we have the heir apparent. Yeah, well, the heir has to be in the building. Yeah, so you're kind of right. That's what they've kind of done in the past. So, and Calcaterra is not that guy. As that right now, probably not. I don't know. I mean, realistically, I don't know what they're gonna do. They could just leave this tight end position, like they could leave it the way it is right now, since they have both of them next year. But they have to do something with Goddard's contract. They got to restructure it, move some money down the line, free up some cap space. They got to do something with that contract because he ain't adding up to it, unfortunately. He's a great player. He's a fantastic fucking player. He just misses so many fucking games. He'd probably be a top. He'd be a top 3 tight end right now, between all that missed time he fucking has. You says they ain't stopping Barkley. I tell you, that one motherfucker. I give up my whole draft for Tyler Warren. He'd be an All-Pro. Yeah, first rounder. I don't know. Montgomery cut off jersey. I was duplicating as a kid. Damn. So yeah, it's not my time. So you guys would know better than I do. Some of you would know better than I do, or maybe most of you would. Shipley, okay, but he's too small. Yeah, but you know what? With what you have in front of him with Barkley, I think he'd be a nice compliment. You know what I mean? We'll see. I mean, we'll see if he gets a shot. You know what I mean? Like I said, he hasn't played much. You know what I mean? He gets in some games, hasn't played much. Man, I feel horrible right now. I feel horrible. Big Chris's Gainwell has improved a lot. You know what game I love? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, that inside zone run is so boring sometimes. Remember the Steelers game? Gainwell's best game that he looked athletically was that game. Like, him in the like, Gainwell was a fucking beast in that game. He looked faster in that. Like, he just looked faster. Like, he like, it's like the Eagles just unlocked a different mode he was in that game. Like, you know what I mean? I eat my words on Gainwell. Am I a big Gainwell fan? I think they favored him in the last couple years. Besides this year, they favored him a lot more. And why they have so much, he's a good number 2, you know? We'll see. Let's see. Warriors Shipley is 5'11", 209. How is that small for running back? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know his height or weight. So, I mean, to me, I feel like he could play. So, I don't. He had no problem moving a pile all by himself, and he had no problem running downfield and almost scoring a touchdown. There's fucking alarms on my phone, man. See, Reese says Eagles should get Savannah Williams from TCU, a wide receiver that makes our rushing offense more dangerous. I think they would need. Honestly, I think depth at receiver. See if they re-sign Paris. Paris Campbell, or I mean, Dotson only costs like a little over $3 million this year. No, actually, no, I'm wrong. Dotson. Yeah, I think Dotson only costs like a little over $3 million against the cap next year, so he's relatively cheap. But be nice if they could fucking use him. But I can't complain. You know what I mean? They gave up a 3rd round pick for him. That's why they gave up 2 picks for him. Like, that's my problem with that trade. 2 picks and like they barely got him. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's still under contract, but it doesn't mean they can't get rid of him. You know what I mean? So I think receiver they're fine. Obviously, they might have to get maybe another couple depth pieces. I mean, Anaya Smith. I want to see what he does in the offseason next year. Anaya Smith was just god awful, man. His vision looked horrible. Like, I don't know what the fuck. He got injured a couple times this season. Like, I don't know where his head was at, but Anaya Smith, I would love for him to like make this roster. I would love it. He missed out on the home run ball, but he did get a touchdown because of the offensive line. Josh Jones says, "What's this? What's that? The late Daryl Dawkins has a son. Daryl Dawkins has a son coming out in the draft. Anyone heard of that? No, I don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be sneezing a lot because I'm I'm not feeling too great the last few days. No, you're good, Pat. Appreciate it. Ward says Shipley runs a 4.39. Yeah, he's good, man. Like, I'm telling you. I mean, even in the passing game, he's gonna be even like, if you throw to this man on stride, he's gonna be impossible to fucking in open space, bro. What game was it? They had him in open space. They threw to him in open space in one of our games before the season, the regular season. I forgot what game it was they used him in at the end. I forgot what game it was. Okay, so you see Golden Tate talking shit about Philly. I forgot we had him. He was trash. Yeah, we picked him up at the trade deadline 2019, I think. Bedman says, "Bro, did y'all see him see them hits he took at the fumble he caused? He got shook up on that. Did you see that kickoff return hit he took? Guy took him off his feet. It didn't look like 208. Oh, Shipley. Yeah, Nigel Key says, Joey, we need a kicker. Jake Elliott, man, hit or miss. Dude, I'm already like worried. That's the one thing I'm worried about, bro. That's the one thing I'm worried about, bro. He's missed 5 kicks the last, 5 games? Yeah, he's missed like 5 kicks. I'm not comfortable with him at all. They got to bring in competition next year for him. Don't cut him. I'd bring in competition in the offseason. I mean, there's nothing we could do now, unfortunately. But he needs competition. Like, he needs to be like, he needs to be warned that his job's on the fucking line. Simple as that. Warriors races. Everyone knows if they talk shit about the Eagles, they get higher engagement, and make more money. It pays to be an Eagles hater because we respond that drives engagement. Well, that's true. That's true. Brand says going DT first. If there's a wild run, edge might be the play. Draft is deep at edge. Well, that's good. That's what I heard. So, edge rusher is key for me right now. If I know I'm losing Graham, and if I know I'm losing Josh Sweat, they're 100% not paying. That I know for a fact. And he's been like he's got good stats this year. It just seems like he's been quiet. You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't. You know what I mean? Not saying he hasn't done anything, but it's just he's had a quiet like year this year. But he played good this year. You know. That one motherfucker said this defense needs to go after Mahomes like the Bucks did a couple years back. Yeah. I think they will, bro. I think they will, bro. I'm telling you, man, we're gonna get fucked in this game on a lot of calls because Jalen Carter's gonna have a late hit when it's not gonna be fucking late. You already know. You already know this shit's gonna fucking happen. You already know it. I'm gonna be honest with you. A big report came out like this past year about Taylor Swift going to fucking games. Like fans are pissed that she goes to fucking games. And she's like the main fucking attraction. Like, people fucking hate that shit. People really hate it. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Like like Travis and Kelsey and Jason have their podcast and like, oh, I'm gonna wish you well in the game. Like, fuck off, man. Like, fuck off with that shit. Like, I'm tired. I'm fucking tired of it, dude. Like, I'm fucking tired of it, bro. Be like, hey, good luck, but you know who I'm rooting for. Like, that's how I would say it. I really, I wish you so much. Like, I just like fucking fuck off, man. Like, Jason's been pissing me the fuck off. Like, literally. Like, I haven't, like, he's just been pissing me off entirely. I love the guy, but it's just like, you know, I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it, you know? Man, so I actually agree. I'm tired of the Kelseys. Oh, it's just that's why we have to step on their toe on their throats. So refs aren't part of their game. Joey, she used to be Eagles fan. She went to 17 Super Bowl. Who? Oh, Taylor Swift. Oh no, I know Taylor Swift's. I know Taylor Swift's an Eagles fan. Yeah, I've seen the photos. I mean, I don't listen to her fucking music or anything, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, Clark says Taylor Swift's from Pennsylvania. Yeah, I don't. I have no. I knew about that, but I never really followed her. Big Chris says we can't allow a three-peat against the number 1D. No fucking way, bro. The only way this defense is going to fail in this game realistically is if the offense can't get anything going and they get on the field too much in this game. That's like the only way that's going to happen. Then the narrative will be Hurts can't beat Mahomes. Well, think of it like this, bro. Josh Allen hasn't won a fucking road playoff game yet. Josh Allen hasn't even won a road playoff game in his career. A road playoff game. It's insane. Eleven problems. Yo, what up, Joey? Yeah, I'm 17. I'm 17, so I haven't seen a lot of Eagles football before. Reading them, but we're blessed to have Saquon. Like, remember we had Josh Adams in 19. Can't wait to see Jalen win this for. Oh, Josh Adams. Josh Adams had a lot of fucking potential, bro, but he was too fucking patient. He reminded me of Le'Veon Bell, but fucking slower. Like, if Josh Adams, like literally, Josh Adams coming out of Notre Dame, like I love that signing. I love that signing. And he was just like so patient at the line, so much like Wendell Small wasn't a bad complimentary back. I thought he got better I thought Wendell Small got better every single year. Every running back that leaves Philadelphia like goes nowhere. Remember, like we ran like in the 22 Super Bowl, we ran like 30 something yards, rushed for like 30 something as a group. Miles Sanders fumbled the ball fucking 2 times in that game. One went out of bounds, and I think he fumbled on a fucking screen pass. And then he goes to the Panthers the year after, and then he was bitching about um he wish he had more of a fucking opportunity in the game. The Eagles never like, bro, you fumbled 2 times, bro. No wonder they didn't go. What I like about this team this year is that they like remember like last year, remember in 23 when they had DeAndre Swift, like they would have a big run with DeAndre Swift. And then they'd get back to the line. They'd run with Swift again, and he gets like a yard, and then they just take him out of the game or stray away from the run. Like they didn't do that this year, which I really have to respect. You know, Neil says Joey secretly has her records. No, bro. I listen to early 2000s alternative fucking metal, rock, every fucking thing. Matt said, yeah, both sides are going to be firing on all sides for us to win. Because I've actually never heard any of her songs. I'm going to keep it that way. So we just need to keep the main thing the main thing. Whereas Race, Jake Kelsey's a perfect example of not meeting your heroes. Like, there is an amount of mystery that is good. I know so much about Jason now. I don't care to know anything else. Yeah, I know. It's like we can't even like miss him. He retired. He had that really emotional fucking press conference as he retired. and then he like never fucking left. And it's just like, like I've seen so much of him now. Like the New Heights podcast was a good podcast because it was nice when it first came out. And when it first came out, the Eagles and KC played in that first Super Bowl when it came out. So it was all about the Kelseys. It was all about the fucking Kelsey's fucking parents. And, now it's just like Kelsey's mom is in like these magazines. Like, I don't even like it's so fucking stupid now. It's like they're the fucking Kardashians of the fucking NFL now. It's like his fucking late night show is corny. I can't fucking stand it. It's so corny. I discussed it the last stream, bro. It's like this little kid goes on stage. He's like, "Who are you?" And Jason's like, "Oh." The kid was like, "I'm you. I'm you as a kid." And I'm just like, "What is this shit, dude?" He's taking snaps from Jameis Winston. Like, I don't know. It's just like, are people actually watching this shit? Like, are people actually watching this stuff? And like realistically, like, I don't even fucking know. As the only reason Jason's like this famous right now is because of Taylor Swift going out with fucking his brother. I mean, like, why is Jason this fucking famous right now? Besides being an Eagles great, an Eagles legend that will be in the Hall of Fame, like, what's with this shit? Like, I don't get it. No, bro. Brad said, "I hate going corner in the first if we don't like who's there for the edge and DT in the first." No, they ain't going corner in the first round. That's definitely not happening. Now, Kesey Joe, I didn't really think BG hurted his arm. I think he just wanted him to play in the Super Bowl. No, he definitely hurt his He definitely tore his tricep. 100% he did. There was pictures that came out of his tricep, and it was not like, yeah, he definitely did. 100%. Lead props. I want Abdul Carter so bad. He's Birds fan. Maybe if you do at the combine. Yeah, so like Abdul Carter, he actually like put out a post. I don't know if it was on Instagram. He was like, as a joke, he was like, I'll like have a bad combine just to move down the draft and be with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hopefully he's got a better fucking attitude than Micah Parsons. But Big Chris is why they taking Barkley out in 2-minute offense. They like Gainwell in 2-minute offense. I don't get why they like Gainwell. I don't get it. Like, you want to score before the half is over. So I'm not sure. Pat says Carter probably going top 3. Potentially. Potentially. Depends how many quarterbacks come off the board. Oversaturated with Kelsey. I agree. I agree. Let's see. The dual might go early. Potentially. Yeah, this whole concept, this whole thing about Gainwell being a good fucking blocker, it's not true. Because it's not good. I don't think it's good at all. Like, I've never been a fan of his blocking at all. And obviously, as a backup back, like, he's okay, but he ain't great. He's whiffed on some, picking up blocks here or there. Brad says Carter falling past 1 is a fireable. Well, I mean, Jalen Carter, to me, Jalen Carter was probably the number 1 player in the fucking draft. Honestly. He fell down the draft board, and I'm surprised because I thought Seattle was going to take him at 6. And then we started moving up. It was like, yo, Chicago's at 9. Eagles called. They trade up 1 spot. Boom, landed right. He pretty much landed right in our lap. We gave up what a 4. We swapped 4th round picks or something, whatever the fuck it was. It wasn't much, or we gave him a 4th round pick. I forgot what the trade was. John says, what team do you see Joey going after edge rushers? I honestly don't know. Market wise, like, number one, they need to figure out this Bryce Huff contract and what they're doing. What's his future? The number one thing is finding out what Bryce Huff's future is in Philadelphia. Simple as that. and then really working from there. I need to look at the list to see like the entire list of free agents after this year. But if they're somewhat could sign somebody that's not expensive, or they could trade for somebody that they won't have to give away a first round pick, that'd be great. Because I'd be double dipping at edge rusher, 100%. Double dipping at edge rusher, 100% this offseason. You know, we're gonna be talking about the offseason really soon. I mean, that's it. Like once next week is done with, like we're talking about free agents in a couple weeks after that. I mean, it's literally like, yeah, we're already here. You know, it's where we're at. Jeff says, "Sorry, Joey. I thought I had already subbed here. I am now. I appreciate it so much, man. Appreciate it totally." Guys, haven't picked up a membership in the pinned comment. You know, the extra draft content, the highlight reactions, all of that stuff. We do a lot of those videos. Definitely pick up a membership. Doesn't matter what tier it is. It could be the $2 tier. Doesn't matter what it is. You get all that extra content if you stay a member to this channel for the next, like, pretty much the next month. You know, we'll be going over a lot of stuff. So definitely pick up a membership up top if you guys haven't either. Check out the Philly Shakedown podcast merch. It's fucking alarm. Um, check out the Philly Shakedown podcast merch as well, guys. We have a promotion going through the playoffs and the Super Bowl. For if you purchase 2 items, you get free shipping. Doesn't matter what items it is. So definitely check it out. Check it out. High quality stuff, no doubt. You're getting good stuff for what you're paying for. So trust me, me and Philly worked really hard on it. Really hard on it. Yeah, he did get a concussion. He did. I didn't know this until like 2 days later. I didn't even like know until like 2 days later. Is that where he like flipped in the air? Like he got hit and he like flipped up in the air and he landed down? I think that might have been the play. Mitchell got his pick in title game was crazy. Well, Mitchell had 2 picks in playoffs. He had the pick against Green Bay at the end. Everyone's getting confused. Everyone thinks that was Mitchell's first pick in the championship game against Washington. He had 2 picks in the playoffs. So, oh god, like who the fuck would watch? Like, I mean, look, if you guys loved watching that, great. Like me, like I have no interest in watching that shit. I didn't even know that it even happened today. I didn't even know it happened today. KSF says, "Bro, you sound like a child. Nobody's making you watch anything." Like I said, Kelsey makes good content. I wish him the best. Oh no, I think we all wish. Like I wish him the best with it. But you know, like, am I kind of fucking annoyed? Sure, but sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being annoyed. There's nothing wrong with fucking, you know, like of course, I'm like happy that he's more successful and he's making more money now and he's got like a career now. But like, you know, I just get annoyed at shit. That's just me, you know. Let's see here. Holsters, I want G&T, but there's no, you ain't getting him. They're not drafting a running back that early. No. Come on now. Like, after what Saquon has done this year, you want to draft another back that early? Do you think Barkley will win MVP? If they win this game, I think he will. Yeah, 100%. I think he will. I'm sorry, but he's the game changer for this team. He's the game changer for this fucking offense. I'm telling you. Brandon said if we could flip Pickett or Tanner for draft picks and draft Will Howard in the 5th, that would be epic. Yeah, I don't know what their plan is, bro. I'm not really a big fucking Pickett fan, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, to be honest. No idea. I like Tanner McKee more from a passing standpoint, but you know, I don't know what they're gonna do there. Jay said it was on a kickoff return. He went to go block and shoulder got drilled and so that happened on special teams. Okay. Pat said I was listening to music and it was on the background material. Greg said Greg mentions draft prospects from Georgia: Mikael Williams, Jalen Walker, Malachi Starks, Nazir Stackhouse, and Samal Munden. Yeah, I've heard all about all those guys. I've looked at some tape already. Big Chris is Nolan Smith biggest surprise. Yeah, I mean, realistically, like a surprise for me, probably because I just didn't know where, you know, I didn't know where he was going to be at this year. But I mean, literally, he's gone into double digit sacks between the regular season and the playoffs. He's gotten 4 sacks in the playoffs, most in by the same player in Eagles franchise history, which is fucking insane. So now he's gonna be, the pressure's on with him next year. Next year he'll get stronger. Next year he'll be a lot better. Next year. Humboldt says GD is pie in the sky, but most likely pick for the Eagles would be edge. Yeah, probably anything but running back at this point. Now says Joey, what pass rusher would you like the Eagles to get? I mean, obviously, I would love to get Abdul Carter, but it's going to be impossible. But you know, what I mean, I I don't think you like. At the end of the day, like if you can get somebody that's like a high, like a not somebody. I mean, realistically, like with that pick that they have, and the Eagles will probably have the last pick in the draft, regardless. So they have a decision whether they can move back, they can trade back for more picks, or stay there and grab somebody if somebody's still there that they want, or they feel like they can move back. And obviously Howie Roseman will know what kind of sometimes you know what other teams are trying to do and who they have interest in, and um I don't know. If they lose Josh Sweat and Graham, like I feel like they got to double dip at that position. Whether it's free agency, whether it's trading for a player without giving away a first round pick, obviously. So we'll see how it goes. Cases, I'll be a stag if we get a second for McKee Brandon, would make our problems that much easier to solve. Because we're in the window, how we can retool next couple years. Well, they really don't even need to I mean, yeah, retool, sure. I mean, the Eagles aren't losing a lot of pieces. They're not losing a lot. Everyone expects them to lose realistically. So, I mean, I think you have to pick up edge rusher. You need a DT. It really depends on what they do at tight end. It depends what they do at tight end. We need to see if they re-sign Bond. They have to re-sign Bond. They have no fucking choice. Like they have no choice. Like it makes no sense for them to like. If they let Bond go, I will put a hole in my fucking wall. I will be fucking pissed. Cause I'm telling you right now, like Trotter Jr., like love you, bro, but like, sorry, you know what I mean? You're just hitting the fucking reset button all over again. It's TJ Edwards going to another team all over again. And this guy is a million times better. This guy should be defensive player of the year. He won't get it. He won't get it. He definitely won't fucking get it. That I fucking know. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it fucking works. I'll eat my TV so I have to watch it more. Brand says, can we sign Bond to a 3-year deal with extra void years and load the cap hit for 26? We good? Yeah, they could do that. Because the void years, they could put a lot more cap. They could put the cap hit. They could put all that extra money. They could take all that other money that's going to be a big cap hit in those void years, and there's a loophole into all that shit. Because realistically, I think N'Kobe Dean's gonna be a lot cheaper now. Coming off this injury now, he's gonna be a lot cheaper because he might not even play next year. He might be able to play at the end of next year, most likely when the Eagles are in the playoffs or whatever. He might be able to play at the end of next year, but you know what I mean? I think not that I like injuries, but sometimes you have these injuries like this, like, he might not get a big contract. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure coming off that patellar tendon injury that he's like can get back to his normal self, and that's gonna be really the big thing going forward, So we'll see how it goes, man. Even Jordan Davis, I think relatively he might be cheap too. His last year is next year. So I think potentially he could be cheap in the middle. So, I mean, it sucks because like I don't want these Georgia guys to separate. Like I don't want none of them. Keely Ringo, we'll see. But other than that, like I don't want none of these guys to separate. Like I don't you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be fucking tough. We're not used to this shit. We're not used to producing multiple players from these fucking drafts. Like we're not used to like having this situation, because all you would do is put like all this compensation to your defensive line. Your secondary gets exposed if one defensive lineman gets fucking hurt, but that's not the case now. Now you're actually the more you produce players every year, the less cap space you use in free agency. It's the fucking truth. The more draft picks you hit on, the less cap space you're going to use in an off season. It's just simple as that. You know what I mean? That's why the Eagles were in cap hell after fucking 2019. They were in fucking they into 2020 they were like 70 something million over the fucking cap. So it's like you had to like make moves to get under the cap from 73 million under the cap. That's what happens when your draft picks from 18 on, like when you don't hit on a lot of draft picks, it's going to catch up to you. All these restructured contracts and paying players for past, success, not year to year success. That was one of the biggest problems. They re-signed everybody from the Super Bowl. They re-signed everybody a year, 2 years later. And not a lot of guys produced, unfortunately. Jalen Carter's gonna obviously Jalen Carter's gonna get the fucking bag. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like Jalen Carter is, yeah. Like, I'm not worried about him not getting signed. That man deserves every fucking penny. Every fucking penny. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like that man is gonna get, you know. And you have to sign Nolan the same year. Yeah. I'm saying, this is what happens, man. This is what happens. Like, you're gonna make some decisions. So, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But um, you know, um yeah, I mean, that's why these guys have fifth year options. I mean, they can always pick up Nolan on his fifth year option and call it a day. Usually if you pick a player up on his fifth year option, it means you're gonna resign him. So if like the Eagles, if teams pick up fifth year options, it's a good sign that they're working on a deal to obviously get a contract. It gives them more time to get a contract for those players. Brand says, "Yeah, we can't sign him in the next 3 years to bind up money for when Carter is up." Yeah, I mean, we'll see how the contract goes. Like, just because, like, yeah, it's $180 million contract for Jalen Carter for 4 years, it doesn't mean, that it depends like where the cap hits are. It depends how the contract is set up. So those cap numbers might be really low for 2 years, and then they start getting high, and then if they feel like how we can extend, you know just like Jalen Hurts' contract, like the next like 3 years, his cap number is going to go up and up and up. But when he gets to that fifth-ish year, his fifth year on his contract, they're just going to extend him, and then that cap number is not even going to fucking exist. That cap number, that big cap number, that big number against the cap won't even exist. You know what I mean? So that's it. Okay, I think a 3-year deal works for Bond, considering we don't know how he will look at 31. He's not 31. Oh, you're just saying down the line? Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I think 3 years, maybe 2 years with a maybe 2 years with a third year option or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, he deserves it. I mean, regardless, like this is the most money he's ever going to see in his career. He wasn't making jack fucking shit with the Saints. Like now he's got an opportunity to like make a lot of fucking money now. I mean, he ain't taking no fucking pay cut. That ain't happening, bro. You know? It's definitely not happening. Ball will take less to stay with Vic. I don't think that's the case. I mean, maybe. It depends. Like, if they wait it out, that's where, like, if they take too long. Usually Howie is really good. Howie is really good at signing, like, getting, signing guys early. Like, signing Jalen Hurts early compared to the numbers of these other quarterbacks was a fucking slam dunk. Okay. Signing Devontae Smith early was a fucking signing Devontae Smith this past bro, like that was fucking huge. They were able to sign AJ Brown to another extension, and then literally you have Devontae Smith this year. No, 4 more years after this year. 4 more years. Literally. His fifth year option's in play. He gets like what? It's like $15 million for his 5th year option. Then another few years. He's here 5 years, including this year. So, I'm not worried about that. I mean, you guys are like speaking to the future here. Like, I don't care about 5 years from now. I care about next week, and that's it. Like, I understand we're talking about off-season stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't give a fuck about any of that shit right now. I really don't. I don't care about none of it because we have a game to play next week. We're talking as if the season's over, and it's not over. Matt said, do you think we end up winning the Super Bowl? Kellen ends up taking the Saints job? Yeah, probably. Probably. We're just filling time. No, I get it. I'm just like not in off-season mode right now. That's all. I don't have any issue answering questions of the off-season stuff, but I'm very, very, very it's big for me because my girlfriend's birthday is on the Super Bowl day. So it's a big day because she's either going to be, she hopefully will be a happy lady next week. Hopefully. I know we will be successful. So realistically, like, I don't mind talking about things like that, but the draft I can care less about right now. Free agents, sure, like whatever. It's gonna come soon. Like after next week, like we're gonna be talking about free agents. Like March, we're gonna be streaming. March, we're gonna be streaming every day for a couple hours. Like every day, we're gonna be streaming. At least two weeks in the free agency, we're gonna be streaming a lot. 2 to 3 weeks. So it's gonna be nonstop streams. March is like a nonstop streams in March and videos. So it's a lot of content in March. A whole lot of stuff. But other than that, I think that's about it. I mean, I'm ready to fucking go, bro. I'm ready to go. Yeah, of course she is. Yeah. Yeah, Joey, your girl birthday is the same as Saquon Cooper Jean birthday. I know, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Big day for her. Trust me. Make babies with her and name it Barkley. Yeah, that's definitely probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. So, yeah. So I mean, that's really it. So, I'm not going to stream tomorrow because I was supposed to stream tomorrow and I was supposed to stream yesterday. So we're gonna skip on the stream on Friday because I need to like get better because I'm like this is the latest I've stayed up. Like I couldn't even stream last night. We got 226 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Make sure you Make sure you like the stream. Helps out tremendously. We'll be back for the We'll have a shakedown on Saturday. There's no game, obviously, this weekend. We'll have a shakedown on Saturday, and we'll have videos, and then we're going to do some call-ins next week. Call-ins next week, 100%. We're going to talk for like a half hour. I'm going to talk for a half hour, and then we'll have some call-ins for next week. And, yeah, we're going to be excited. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I need to shut my eyes and go to bed. And we'll have a video out tomorrow, already scheduled for tomorrow. An early video, as usual, So, and, we'll do our thing. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you guys later. Love you all. And peace out. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.